What would happen if the Earth stopped spinning? Right now, you are hurtling through space at about 1,000 miles per hour just by standing on Earth. You do not feel it because everything else is moving at the exact same speed. But if the planet decided to pull the emergency brake, the law of inertia would like a word with you. While the solid rock beneath your feet would stop, the atmosphere and everything not bolted to bedrock would keep going at supersonic speeds. Imagine being inside a car that hits a brick wall at Mach 1. You, your house, your neighbor's cat, and the entire Atlantic Ocean would instantly launch sideways toward the east. It would be the most violent, chaotic, and final game of dodgeball in human history. If you somehow survive the initial global yeet by hanging out at the North Pole where the rotation speed is basically zero, your reward is a brand new calendar. Because the Earth would only face the sun once during its yearly orbit, a single daytime would last 6 full months. That means 6 months of straight, unrelenting sunshine with temperatures hot enough to boil lakes. Once you finally get through that half-year sunburn, you get treated to 6 months of pitch-black, freezing winter. Packing for a weekend trip would become an absolute nightmare when the weather forecast switches between liquid magma and liquid nitrogen. To make matters worse, the oceans would migrate. The rotation of the Earth creates a centrifugal force that keeps water piled up around the equator. Without that spin, the oceans would rush toward the poles where gravity is stronger. You would end up with 2 massive polar oceans and 1 giant, dry megacontinent stretching across the middle of the planet. So, if you had beachfront property in Brazil, you now have a view of a barren desert basin. Finally, the core of the Earth would stop churning, which means our magnetic field would completely vanish. Without that invisible shield, deadly solar radiation would fry whatever plants and animals survived the supersonic winds and the freezing dark. So, let us all take a moment to appreciate gravity, inertia, and the fact that our planet keeps spinning.